Join us at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino with the #1 gaming experience and entertainment. The Pahrump Nugget has the #1 dining experience at Stockman Steakhouse, Golden Harvest Cafe, and the Gold Miners Buffet. Come get your game on at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Albertsons. You're in for something fresh.
Welcome back. Well, do you need help with your child's safety seat installation? Nye Community Coalition can help.
You know, we just kind of wanted to remind everybody, kind of in light of recent events in the community, that we have an ongoing program where we check car seat installation at no cost for anybody, and that includes California residents. So I know some of our California neighbors not too far away would have to go a long way. So we want to make sure that even those within your range that live in California, this applies to them as well. But we do it by appointment, but we will check for proper installation car seats. A number of us went through extensive training to really understand how to make sure that those seats really become part of the car itself, so that when you're checking them, you're actually physically moving the car back and forth. And there are so many different seats and so many different considerations between the size of the child, the age of the child, and by size I mean height and weight, because it's all the formula in making sure that the child has the right seat.
Exactly, forward or backwards facing.
Exactly, forward facing. Infants. We do a lot of car seats for new moms, and we also have a program within that project that allows us to provide no-cost car seats to those that can show need, which basically means if you're on some sort of assistance and you can document it, you can show us that we can provide no-cost car seats to the primary caregiver.
What about booster seats for older children?
We have them all. We maintain a pretty large inventory. We never just hand them out. It goes with education. We actually physically weigh a child. We want the child there. We measure their height. We go through education with the parent or the primary caregiver. In a lot of cases, it's a grandparent. We're finding out. So we want to make sure that, first of all, that when they leave our campus, that the seat's installed properly, but also that primary caregiver could take that seat out and reinstall it in the same vehicle or in another vehicle. So this is not a quick stop. This is a scheduled appointment, and it's really about education and keeping our children safe.
The 56th Annual Grammy Awards were held Sunday night. Let's join Deanna O'Donnell to find out who won in your entertainment this week.
All four members of Motley Crue signed an agreement Tuesday that will permanently dissolve the legendary rock group after a final tour. Vince Neil, Mick Mars, Nikki Sixx, and Tommy Lee appeared in a Hollywood hotel for a signing ceremony for a cessation of touring agreement, which their lawyers said would bring a peaceful end to the group. Motley Crue has sold more than 80 million albums since hitting the road in 1981, but drummer Tommy Lee said everything must come to an end. Lee is the youngest member at 51 years old. Guitarist Mick Mars is the oldest band member at 62. The group has been together for 33 years. Vocalist Vince Neil, who is 52, said he'll miss the group, but it's not an end to his rock career. The first leg of the final tour starts in Grand Rapids, Michigan on July 2nd. The termination agreement becomes effective at the end of 2015 after a global tour that will include Alice Cooper. The 56th Annual Grammy Awards were held Sunday night, and it was a lucky night for Daft Punk. The robot-headed duo won Record of the Year for the hit Get Lucky and Album of the Year for Random Access Memories. Daft Punk was typically silent, but singer-songwriter Paul Williams accepted the Album of the Year award with a generous speech. Williams, who's written such songs as We've Only Just Begun and Evergreen, had struggled to overcome substance abuse problems over the years. The Grammys also often managed to single out rising artists, and this year that meant Lorde, Casey Musgraves, and Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. Lorde earned the third of the big three awards, Song of the Year for Royals. Musgraves won for Best Country Album. Macklemore and Lewis, who were nominated for 7 awards, took home 4 Grammys, including Best New Artist. Jay-Z, who led all artists with 9 nominations, did win Best Rap Sung Collaboration for Holy Grail, a collaboration with Justin Timberlake. Macklemore and Lewis sang Same Love, a song written in support of same-sex marriage. It was performed on a set resembling a church. Macklemore's rap was followed by a mass wedding featuring 33 couples taking the stage of Los Angeles' Staples Center. Queen Latifah officiated and Madonna served as maid of honor. Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr, who received a Lifetime Achievement Award for their work with the Beatles, both played. Starr did his song Photograph with musicians including Peter Frampton and Kenny Aronoff. McCartney did his song Queenie Eye with a group that included Starr. This Sunday, the Grammys will be honoring the Beatles with a 2-hour special at 8 p.m. on CBS, exactly 50 years to the day, date, and time of the original event that occurred over a half-century ago. Justin Bieber was charged with drunken driving, resisting arrest, and driving without a valid license after police saw the pop star street racing early last week in Miami. The 19-year-old Bieber was released from jail an hour after he made a brief appearance through a video link before a Miami judge who set a standard $2,500 bond. Now, an online petition has garnered more than 100,000 signatures as of this afternoon and called for the dangerous and destructive Canadian to return to his home country. Petitions on whitehouse.gov that amass more than 100,000 signatures get an official response from the White House staff. Captain and Tennille are divorcing after 39 years of marriage. 73-year-old Tony Tennille filed for a divorce from 71-year-old Daryl Dragon in Prescott, Arizona on January 16th. The Grammy Award-winning duo was best known for a string of catchy 1970s hits like Love Will Keep Us Together, Muskrat Love, and Do That To Me One More Time, and even hosted their own television variety show for a season. They posted on their website an explanation stating, "Almost all people naturally evolve over time, and sometimes hidden feelings start to be uncovered. The couple remains together in the same house." I'm Deanna O'Donnell. That's your entertainment this week.
Thank you, Deanna. And here's Angela Miles with today's First Business Brief.
This is the First Business Brief for Wednesday, January 29th. I'm Angela Miles. A farm bill could be up for a vote very soon. The latest compromise package includes $19 billion in cuts to farm programs, an $8 billion reduction to food stamps over the next 10 years, repeals outdated programs, supports biofuels, and improves conservation efforts to protect land, water, and wildlife. A new scam is sweeping the nation. The Better Business Bureau is warning about a one-ring scam. Fraudsters place a call and hang up immediately. When consumers call the number back, it connects to a chat line and bills you for an international call. Also, a Royal Caribbean cruise ship makes its way back to port today after more than 600 passengers and crew became ill on the 10-day voyage. The cruise line is refunding passengers 50% and giving 50% credits toward a future trip. That's the First Business Brief. I'm Angela Miles.
Well, folks, keep it here because we're going to have more local news for you after these messages.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300.
Welcome back to News 46. Well, another bitter blast of Arctic air is sweeping across much of the United States. Schools and flights have been canceled, and Super Bowl officials are keeping a close eye on the forecast in anticipation of Sunday's game. In New York, there's as much buzz about the temperature off the field as the game soon to be played on it. The Broncos and Seahawks will battle it in the first ever cold weather open air game Sunday. Fans arriving today faced temperatures in the teens and chilly winds. Well, Subway has partnered with Channel 46 and will be giving one lucky winner a Flavor Craver party platter, along with 10 bags of chips and a dozen cookies for this Sunday's big game. The first caller with the correct answer to which Pahrump Subway location is open 24 hours will win for today. Call 727-9400 extension 201 with your answer now. And if you don't win today, that's okay. We will be giving away another platter again tomorrow and Friday night. Please note this giveaway is for the 5 p.m. newscast only. Well, folks, keep it here because we're going to have your weather with Noah Began right after these messages.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Wednesday, January 29th. Today we had partly cloudy skies with a high of 69 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 59 degrees. Winds are coming from the south at 4 miles per hour with gusts up to 8 miles per hour. The UV index today was 3, which is moderate. Humidity was at 19%. Sunrise is at 6:47 this morning, and the record high in 1976 was 71 degrees. Tonight we'll have partly cloudy skies with a low of 45 degrees and an average temperature of 41 degrees. Winds will be coming from the south-southwest at 7 miles per hour with gusts up to 12 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 42%. Sunset was at 5:08 p.m. and the record low in 1979 was 17 degrees. Tomorrow we'll have continued partly cloudy skies with a high of 71 degrees and a low of 39 degrees. Winds will be coming from the west-southwest at 10 miles per hour with gusts up to 15 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 35%. Sunrise will be at 6:46 a.m. and the UV index will be 3, which is moderate. For our 7-day forecast, we have a mostly cloudy week with a chance of morning showers on Friday. Your high temperatures will be ranging from the mid-50s to the low 70s, and your low temperatures will be ranging from the low to high 30s.
Well, folks, that does it for this edition of News 46. I'm Monique Mitchell. And from everyone up here at News 46, we hope you have a great evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow. Until then, good night.